use drugs but become alcoholic. He's going to test them for nicotine, for cigarettes.
No. Waiting for whole last squads here. We're at the event actually, and that's why the whole reason we were at Orlando. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated.
Housekeeping tips. We don't have microphones that are projecting. So when you speak, just speak loud enough for us all here. We're in the same room, so it should be fine to do that. And we're also remembering social
work, and we have to beef up our employee assistance programs to provide adequate services not only to the person but their family. We need to make sure
To be clean, just be clean all the way. It's going to find out if they're involved in bullying. We're going to, as I said, incentive.
Funds, a big problem for schools is funding school field trips. So if you can help fund those and in return get drug tests back, and for the people that do good or pass the drug test, they can be allowed to go on those school trips. And for the next people that don't pass, you can help them and then they can go on to the next school trips and stuff like that. So I feel like that's one idea you can do.
Anything else back here in this group? No? Oh,
Stand up.
Another thing for schools is that, so like kids, they don't have time to do it at home. They're always being watched by the parents. So they use school bathrooms. So if we added like staff members or, like more officers out of school to walk around like a bathroom or something, because I know a lot of kids I used to grow up with, out of nowhere, just started drug abuse in the bathroom of the school.
At a rehab than any other time. We got to make sure that if they go on a rehab, they must be there a minimum of 90 days.
that have been changing lives. You guys come on up. We'd love to have you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're on stage because we all live together, so it's kind of COVID safely. But I had a speech. I kind of deleted all that after the meeting we had earlier because so many good ideas popped in my head, and I just feel like it would be a waste of time to kind of go through my entire speech. But yeah, I just think that what would be cool to speak about is the next step idea, and that was I wrote it down here. After hearing what David Siegel had to say about media not covering or pushing the idea or pushing the message or the mission of sobriety and the idea of normalizing being sober and having fun, I just thought it would be really cool to have a creative space for the entertainment business or entertainers to push the idea of living sober, because if you really think about it, the reason why it's so normalized right now with the teens is because of music and movies and television shows. That's all they see is drugs and drugs and drugs and drugs. So I think it would be cool if we can start with influencers and artists to put out music, and we all use our resources to push their songs or movies, or if any of you guys are using if you guys have a film coming out, why not all of us push that movie? I know, where is he? I can't see him. Well, there's a few people here that are working on movies as well, and it would be cool to help you guys push those movies, and especially those that are about drug addiction and drug experiences. And then I'll give it to Derek.
Good afternoon, thank you for having us. Before I start, I'd like to thank Jackie Siegel and David Siegel and the Victoria's Voice Foundation for having my team, Artsace, and I here today. We want to talk about spreading awareness for the drug overdose problem and us fighting opioids, which is very important to us because Me myself, I've experienced, not myself, but like I've experienced people in my life struggle with drugs and stuff like that. So we wanted to help spread awareness for it, which is why we have the Victoria's Voice Foundation Instagram, which we go live on it. We talk to our supporters on that and we help them with their problems and stuff like that. We check up on our friends and family because you never know what people could be going through. You have to check up on them. We use our platform to share stories and stuff like that. And our goal is just to pretty much save lives. Because me and myself, I used to struggle with depression. And before, instead of switching to drugs like people struggle to do, I switched to playing video games and playing basketball. So that was like my escape. So if I can escape it, you guys can too. If we all just join together, we can help fight it. And thank you for having me.
So, my name is Mike Chong, and I will give a huge thanks to David and Jackie Siegel of the Victoria's Voice Foundation. So, like Jackie said earlier, we had a blast in Missouri, jumping on cliffs, going go-karting, doing all this exciting stuff. We were high on life. That's what should be. So, kids nowadays, they just see it as like normalizing marijuana, alcohol, as like it's the way to be. You should just have fun with your friends, spend time with your family, do things that you love. Also, I'm doing all this to set an example for my sister. She's 2 years old. She doesn't know any better. She went through a bad time when she was born with my mom. So it was like kind of rough for her. And also, I actually want to set an example for my fans and supporters. I see them as also my family. So it's very important for me to show them how you're supposed to do things in life and have fun without doing alcohol or marijuana. Also, as I was growing up as a kid, where I grew up in the poor. So it was always seeing people doing drugs out in the streets, back alleyways. It was something that you would normalize see. So it wasn't always easy. So I would have to walk down the street and I would see someone shooting up, cracking in the alley. So it was always just traumatizing. So it's very important to help the youth. That's why me and my team are doing this to show kids that it's very important. So we're trying to get out the message that doing drugs in general is just damaging your life. So everything that we're doing is to set the example for the future and for the youth.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us on our mission to save kids' lives. I would like to say thank you to David and Jackie Siegel for giving my team and I the opportunity to speak on our experience on the Victoria's Voice Foundation on trying to save lives. When I was 11 or 12 years old, I was just playing video games like a normal kid, playing Call of Duty. And then my mom came in my room, in shock, with a teardrop in her face. And she told me my uncle died. And I was in shock, especially as an 11-year-old. That hits different. And when Mina presented me this foundation, it hit differently, especially when you could relate to it. And when my mom told me that my uncle died, it changed my life, and my mom was there for me, and she told me that I want you to make me proud, I want you to be the better person, and I don't want you to end up like that. And I said, Mom, I got you, and that's what I'm always trying to live off of. And me and my team, being an influencer gives us a golden key to open gates to other kids' eyes, to show them what to do, and to show them what's right. And by doing that, We use live streams. We try to show them that staying high on life is better than getting high off of crack, whatever, all that other nonsense, because I said before, drugs are temporary, but death is permanent. And you wouldn't want that for you or your family. And I have a pledge for you guys that I would like for you to do with me. So can I have everybody please raise your right hand like so and repeat after me? I promise to do whatever I can to set the right example for tomorrow's generation.
I promise to do whatever I can to set the right example for tomorrow's generation.
I promise to save as many lives as I can against drug addiction.
I promise to save as many lives as I can against drug addiction.
I promise to do the right thing behind closed doors and out in public.
I promise to do the right thing behind closed doors and out in public.
Alright, you may lower your hand. And I said this before in Las Vegas, but I'm going to say it right now again for the people that weren't there. There's cameras, so you guys were all recorded, so don't break that promise, okay? Alright, thank you. And one thing, like someone said in the other room, every second counts. But what I'm going to say is, with those seconds, we're going to make a change. Thank you and have a blessed day.